Hey everybody, happy Friday. I am Wade Byers, the Helpful Mortgage Man with First Community Mortgage here in the Mt Juliet, Middle Tennessee area. And today is Friday, August 1st. And it's been a great week of weather. Hope y'all have enjoyed that a little bit. And then I know a lot of people, especially here in Wilson County, school started back today. And then a lot of us have kids going back to school next week. So, good luck with that. Hope everybody has a good school year. I want to touch a little bit on interest rates today. We had a little spike in interest rates earlier this week, and if you have been watching these videos over the last several months, I talk about this quite a bit in the past. And I'll try not to bore you here and just educate you a little bit about what's going on with that. I try to let you guys know what happens with interest rates and why, just so you kind of have an idea of what goes on there. So you've probably heard about QE1, QE2, QE3. There's three of them because the government has done this three different times now. It's what they've called quantitative easing, and it's commonly referred to as the economic stimulus. So with the economic stimulus, what the government is doing is they're basically purchasing bonds to try to keep the price level of bonds up, so that when the price level of bonds is up, that keeps interest rates low. So that's why we've stayed in this ridiculously low interest rate world for a while. So what's happened here recently, try not to get too detailed on you here, but at the peak of this stimulus, the government was actually buying $85 billion a month in government bonds. So that's a pretty large number. So over the last several months, they have been gradually tapering that, really since the end of last year, kind of gradually tapering that. And then Wednesday of this week, they actually announced, as we all expected, that they're going to cut that bond buying program by another $10 billion. So after gradually reducing it over the last several months, they're now only purchasing about $25 billion in government bonds. So what that's telling us is we expect that government bond buying program will be completely done probably by the middle of the fall this year. So what happens is as they start to reduce what they're buying in bonds, that kind of brings the bond price back down. And of course, what that does is raise interest levels back up. So what we look at in the mortgage business basically are mortgage-backed securities or mortgage bonds. So what happened when the government announced that on Wednesday, the pricing for government or the pricing for mortgage bonds actually dropped a significant amount. A significant amount in what we see as an everyday movement. Things move every day in that market, but what we see on a typical day, this was probably about 3 times what you would see in a typical day. But so if you've been wondering what's happened to those 4% rates, why can't I get 3.75 on my mortgage anymore? That's a lot of the reason why. They're still really, really low, but that stimulus is tapering off, and so interest rates are gradually rising. And if you've been watching this video, as I mentioned, you've heard me say several times that rates are going to start to gradually go up. Now, there's not going to be a significant spike anywhere, I don't think, but they're going to continue to gradually go up. So I know that's a lot of financial jargon that y'all probably don't care a whole lot about, but I want to try to at least give you a slight idea of what happens with interest rates and how to kind of keep an eye on that. The good news is the Fed did announce that they have really no intentions anytime of raising the Fed fund rate, which is near zero right now. The Fed fund rate is basically the baseline for interest rates in the marketplace. And so it's near zero right now. They have no intentions of raising that anytime soon, at least from what the experts think. The experts are thinking maybe mid-2015, but the Fed chairman, Janet Yellen, basically is just telling us it just depends on what the economic data says as it comes in and what they review and to decide when to do that. So that's probably enough about all that financial jargon and what happens with interest rates and everything like that. But as you always know, if there's any questions you have, if I can answer any questions for you, do anything to help you, please give me a shout, 615-335-3356. Feel free to call me or text me at that number anytime. I'll be glad to do what I can to help. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and we will talk again next week. Bye.